Hey Raccoon, how's it going? I think that works. Cool. What kits did you get? Anything good? That's actually great timing. I'm actually deciding I might take a little time next week just to do personal stuff myself. I'm thinking about doing that as well. Be kind of nice just to have some fun for a little bit, and then once the new year starts, grind everything out again. That's not bad. Is it one of those like realistic but anime kits of the Sailor Moon characters? Those are nice if that's what I'm thinking of. Oh, okay. Well, they're still good. It's just good that you're getting to do your own thing and have some fun for a bit. Yes, there is. I find myself wanting to place crazy amounts of orders on these kits, and then I say I have to back off. I'm like, well, I got to get what I have done first. So that's kind of a habit. this way. Oh, I don't know if you have any plans to, but I talked to Rob. It looks like they're gonna, and they posted on Instagram, they're gonna have the Jersey Fest next year. Looks like he partnered with somebody, and then after that, I think it's gonna be under new ownership. So if you have any plans for next year to go to a show. I know he posted it on Instagram. I want to say maybe it is September or October. I'm not really sure. I think if I go to it, I'll probably just go like Saturday for a few hours and that's it. But it should be interesting. It's been a while, you know, since to do any of that stuff. Alright, a little bit more glue and then throw some A's in there and clean it up later. Thinking I might have to glue this stuff in the hand because these magnets they came up with kind of I have to kind of glue it so it doesn't fall. I like that. I think that looks pretty decent. September 22nd. Okay. It's been a few years since the show because of the lockdowns and everything, so hopefully it turns out pretty good. Yeah, I think this should work out. I think, like I said, I think I'm gonna attach it to the hand at the end, take out the magnets because it doesn't wanna. The magnets aren't really designed too strong. But all in all, the whole pose looks pretty good. I'll just have to tweak out the hand a little bit more, that's all. I'll just have to work out, I don't have to resand the arm a bit. That's all, and kind of work out the line to come up here more. So what I'll do is I'll throw some A's on it now, let it cure, and then rework it a bit. I want to work on our hair a little bit more too. I kind of want to fix the inside of the hair today, and then another day work on this side. Kind of semi-warm today. It wasn't as chilly as yesterday, so I actually was in the garage all day working. So I had the heater on a bit though, and got a bunch of stuff done. Sanded down Harley Quinn too. I should actually pull her out of the garage. Yeah, it's been raining here too. Supposedly we're supposed to get like a crazy cold snap next week or something, aren't we? I don't know. I saw a bunch of YouTube videos saying that it's like the coldest weather we're ever getting on history, or I don't know. All I know is my heat's working. That's kind of cool. Painted it like Suicide Heart. That's not a bad idea. I think the Sailor Moon characters, the kits are decent, but changing them up would be a lot more fun. Yeah, I can't talk about that. I'll get booted. Can't say anything like that on the tube. Just mixing up some these at the moment. Hey Matt, muggy, rainy, not as cold. Even though I had the heater in the garage, when I primed up 2 items, they were bleeding. So a little too much moisture in the air today. So I had to pull them inside and put them next to the heater to dry up. Did go and get myself a hot chocolate earlier, so it's kind of that season. I want some hot chocolate. Hey Iceman, how's it going? Alright, this whole thing's got to be reworked and sanded. Putting this on thicker, but when I sand it down, it'll It'll look better than what it is now. Yeah, it looks all wonky, but I'll fix it. So I'm probably gonna need the, no, I don't need this shoulder piece. I don't need this. For the head, do is clean up and fill in here. We're gonna need some wrap. Gonna be a little tricky, but we'll get it to work. Probably mixed up more A's than I needed, but it's alright. Hey Chris, how's it going? Hey Matthew. So what I'm trying to do is fill up this area. Kind of. However I do it, I gotta make sure it doesn't lock the head in place. Now, if I'm ever doing a headpiece with hair and it looks nasty on here, but once you put it on the item, it's hidden, it doesn't really matter anymore after that. There's a couple hair sculpts I've done like that where they look like crap in certain areas, but you'll never see it. Kind of hard to see what I'm doing, but I keep trying to put the hair piece on here so it doesn't stick to the statue. I can make it look decent. part looks a little bit better now. I'm gonna let it harden up some before I mess with it anymore, because this part's a little tricky. I don't have to really worry about the Ave sticking to the saran wrap. That stuff usually comes off pretty well. So we're going to work on another hair piece. I'll show you guys what else I'm working on. But this one, let's set up a bit. So some of my late nights when I was working on my Power Girl, I had extra Aves, so I've been working on this item. Wait, let's move this so I don't break these pieces. So this is my Donna Troy. Been working on her a little bit. This is one of those projects that it's kind of a side project, but it's one of those things that have been going so well. Like with extra Aves, it's moved fast as hell. Basically, if you've seen Donna Troy in her star outfit, I used the Poison Ivy head for the Wonder Woman statue. So the base I was working on a couple weeks ago, this was for her. So for the Harley Quinn, when I put that metal rod, you know, on her back piece for her outfit, I did metal rods here. So this way it's a tight shirt. You can kind of see it underneath. So something like that you would never be able to do with a factory unless they built it that way. But what I wanted to do is I practiced on her before I did the Harley Quinn with the breast being pushed in with the outfit. So if you look at her outfit, you can kind of see how it's pushed in. So I wanted to try something a little bit better. So pretty happy with it so far. It's fairly simple, something just to kind of work on. So this is just one of those side things that I do when I work on personal stuff. I have a lot of side stuff to get done. I have to get back to that whatchamacallit, that Mary Jane I've been working on. I'm gonna get back onto that in next year once the new year starts. And then I gotta start banging out some more commissions, so things are moving pretty well, just a lot on my plate. You know what I'll do? I'll put a picture up so you guys can see what this character is if you don't know. There we go. Always wanted to do a Donna Troy custom, so I figured since this head was in the garage on the table, got this body in, I figured I'd do a nice little side thing. And I think it's so far working out pretty well. I got so many side projects to do that I'm not going to purchase any more items for a long time because I have so many broken items to work on. I'm like overloaded with that stuff. So next year I think we're just gonna try to plug away with all the stuff I got on my plate. She's basically like Wonder Girl for Wonder Woman back in the day. And then she became Donna Troy and kind of her own character. You've probably seen the red outfit of her. She had that red outfit with the stars on her legs. This is kind of when she was more or less in the end of DC before it became like the New 52 outfit. Be the first time though I'm using the poison ivy head on a different statue, so that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to try this. It's just a side item to sell off when I'm done. What happened was I didn't have any kits prepared after the month of November, and usually I wanted to have a lot of kits prepared to start building and getting ready for paint, but I didn't have them ready and it was too cold out, so I started working on this thing just to kind of get something moving. What it is I wanted to pop out all my kits that I have to paint for people, and I wanted to start prepping them before Christmas hit, so I can just like do a month of January of painting, but that didn't work out too well. I didn't want to like have to sit in the garage with the heater prepping stuff, but oh well. Hey Jacob, yep, this is a side project I've been working on, and I didn't have anything else to really work on tonight, so I figured I might as well work on her during the stream. It's Poison Ivy head with Wonder Woman body. Hey, what's up, Hangerbird? Oh, go ahead and screw that up. Yeah, kind of hit it a little bit. Oh well. You guys are getting hit already? Yeah, like I said earlier, we're supposed to get it too, or we're supposed to get it next week or something. I don't know. Something's supposedly it's coming. Yeah, my friend in Texas says that they were getting hit yesterday with like 15, 20, and they're not used to that kind of cold up there down there. I mean. So you guys that are not used to the cold, does everybody like flip out around you? I have to sand this down. There's a leaf there I missed. A couple leaves I missed. Yeah, I figured you guys would be used to this cold and snow and everything. I just know the guys down south, they're not used to that, so... Yeah, I always try to do the hair in bits and pieces because trying to do it in one whole chunk never works. So I started doing it. Plus, you know, you only have so much time with Aves, so I just want to try to get this looking good. I'm not really too fond of how this is shaping up though, up here. What happened to my music? There it is. Plus the other thing is trying to match up the other hair that's sculpted there is always hard. So I gotta kind of do the best I can with it. And sometimes I might chisel out some areas and then rebuild it. Like this little hair piece here is kind of bothering me a bit. So I might end up chopping that out. Only because the hand kind of came up around there and the hand went around and stuff, so I might have to chop some of this down, which I think I might do. I don't like this chunk here. Yeah, so I'm probably going to take that out tomorrow. Yeah, how much did that stuff go up, that last Ronin? Is it really expensive? I know the one you're talking about. Well, I'm just trying to make the hair look right. Like, if you look at her in this angle, there's this weird chunk sitting over here, but if you look over here, it looks okay. But what it was is the poison ivy hand came up and then behind her head, so the hair kind of flowed over here, but I don't like this chunk. So what I'll do is I'll just go in the garage and kind of grind this part down and then rebuild the hair. It just doesn't look right when you look at her straight on. I mean, I like all this flow, but if you could kind of like take your finger off that little chunk back there, the hair looks okay, but when you see the chunk, it looks weird. So whenever I sculpt with stuff sometimes, or even when I look at items, I kind of like take a finger, kind of block out an area, and then if it looks okay, I know that that thing's got to come out. Yeah, it's still expensive. All this stuff has gone up now. That's kind of also why I'm not going to buy anything for a while, because I got to wait till the economy and stuff gets better. I can't keep like dropping crazy prices on stuff and then try to sell them. So I'm going to try to finish up what I got next year and then do some anime kits that I have in storage. Kind of work on those. Yeah, that's the only problem with when you try to sculpt hair onto another hair sculpt. You can start getting a good flow going, but then you realize some parts are kind of wonky. So you just got to kind of chop them out as you go. So I'll let this harden up tonight, and then tomorrow in the garage I'll grind this area down. And then, you know, what I'll do is I'll fix it up or something, and then another day I'll work on this side. And just keep plugging away. Hey Sean, yeah, this one, I always wanted to paint one up of her in the star outfit. So I figured since I got this in the mail, I had some time, needed a side project going in the garage, and this kind of just worked into it's not for me though, this is just something for like eBay. To kind of get rid of some projects. It was also a good practice item to work on the chest before I did the Harley Quinn. So I'm starting to get used to now with chopping up like certain you know, like excuse me, whatchamacallit, polystone. Trying to find new ways of chopping the polystone and then putting the aves on it to make it work right. Because like in the past, if you have an area here of polystone and then you put aves over here, when you sand it down, the aves sands faster than the polystone and it doesn't work. It looks weird. So I've been trying some new things to kind of fix that little issue when I sand. So far it's kind of working, but not. Yeah, I'm not going to, this one is just going to be thrown up on eBay at a low price and just let it ride. Only because, the custom work went really fast and the item, was given to me. So I just figure, what the hell, just do it. It'll be up next year, because I don't want to put anything up more this year. Because of that whole damn $600 rule crap now. But I'll have a video up on it before anything happens, so if I can get this hair done fairly fast within the next week or so, I'll paint her on stream or something. Take it easy, Raz. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, on eBay, I don't know if you know, if you eBay, Venmo, Marketplace, if you sell anything over $600, you get hit with a 1099K now, and then you have to pay your taxes on the items you sold. So it used to be, if you sold more than $20,000, you wouldn't have to pay anything. But now they gave us all that money for the lockdown, so now they want it back. So if you sell a comic book on eBay, and say you bought it for $700 years ago, and you put it up on eBay and it sells for $600, you get hit with the 1099K, but you're supposed to, you know, say whether it's a loss or it's a profit. But a lot of my stuff that I sell that's not statues from when I was a kid or collectibles, I don't have receipts on all that stuff, so I mean, I claim everything anyway for the business with statues, but personal collectibles that I'm trying to get rid of, that I had for years, not making any money on this stuff because of the economy. But now I'm no professional or, you know, like giving any kind of income or information. All I know is that when I get hit with the 1099K, I got to see my accountant and we got to go through all this stuff. Oh yeah, I do everything for the business. I pretty much, you know, write down all my expenses. I write down the statues, supplies. You know, I do everything I'm supposed to. I'm actually getting everything ready to start taxes after New Year's anyway. I save all my receipts, you know, everything. It's just that with the 1099K, now it's also personal stuff that's kind of mixed into it because I have only one account on eBay. So I gotta kind of work with my accountant on that stuff. And it's just a pain in the ass, really. You know, I write down everything. I say my receipts. You know, I mark gas mileage, shipping, all kinds of stuff. The good thing is I'm not like a crazy business where, you know, I gotta hire someone to do all that stuff. You know, I only do so much a year and I keep it organized. I saw one YouTube channel. So the way they explained it was, say you bought a couch for $800 and then you sold it on eBay for a local pickup for $200. You don't have to pay any taxes on that, but you have $200 already on your eBay account. So if you sell another $400 worth of stuff, you're up at that $600 mark, and then you got to start paying. At least that's what from what I understand. I don't think it's $600 per item. I think it's $600 total for the account. So people who used to do a side hustle on eBay, you know, and probably made like, you know, an extra $10,000 for the year, now got to start claiming all their stuff. So it's basically like the mafia. F you, pay me. Like, why can't you just leave everybody alone with the $20,000? You know, just kind of let people have a full-time job, do a little extra cash, but nope, can't do that. You know, even like Patreon. Patreon is sending out information now that if you made $600 a year, you get hit with a 1099K. Google Plus, or Google advertising, you made more than 600, you get hit with the 1099K. Let's see what else. Etsy, if you sell on Etsy, you're gonna get hit with a 1099K. I'm actually happy I sold a lot of my collectibles, like comic books, cards, toys, extra statues I don't want anymore. So I sold all that stuff before all these new rules came into effect. So now if I sell stuff, I don't have to get hit with all this crap now, which is good. Oh, I figured I'd say this now. If anyone in chat or anyone that watches this video maybe later on, I do have that Wonder Woman and Giganta up for sale. If anyone was interested in it, you could contact me off eBay, and I could definitely give you a hell of a better price and even cheaper. Because I was looking to sell those as well. I can use those funds to maybe find a bigger project for next year. I was going to do a Black Friday sale, but I didn't have a chance to go through all my stuff. Just trying to cut down on collectibles and focus on some key items. All about grails now, no more stuff that I don't really care about. Next year, I think, is the video game systems. Gotta start getting rid of all that stuff. Haven't played this stuff in years. eBay takes like so much. You get hit with eBay fees and all this other crap. It's insane. It's hard to make money on eBay unless you're selling some really good profitable items. You know, if you're selling something for like 20 bucks here or there, it takes a lot of those items. But I look at it this way, I could get rid of this stuff, it's easier than trying to sell it local for ages. I probably could do better on Marketplace, like Facebook Marketplace, but I refuse to go on Facebook. So, I know people say all the time I should, but I just refuse. So that's kind of, I want her to have like really flowy, full hair, so I think it's going to look good. Yeah, this piece has got to go. Nope, not doing it, Jose. If you want, you can sell the stuff for me. I'll cut you a deal. Yeah, if you sell the Zoom stuff, depending on where you sell it, you know, you're gonna get hit with that that stuff as well. So far I'm liking this one. I think this is looking pretty good. Yeah, if we could just take this down, it'll look better. Yeah, I printed out the arms. I'll show you in a second. So my friend met a John in Canada. He printed me out. I found female arms, and then what I did is I tweaked these arms onto this statue, so it's a different hands. As you can see. So I found female arms. There's a set of female arms. This one's a little bit bigger because it was printed too big. So what he did is this arm went up to the shoulder, but he cut this because I didn't need this arm. So I put this hand down there, and then what I did is I had to rework this whole entire shoulder up around in here to get this arm on there. So it was really a mess, but all said and done, I think it worked out pretty well. You can see all the stuff he's been printing out for me. We've been trying to get scales right and stuff, so I got all these different arms. But yeah, this shoulder over here was a nightmare. I had to really do a lot of chopping up in here to rebuild this area, because when I first put on the arm, it was sticking out way too far. So what I had to do is I had to chop it up more to get the arm in, but then I had to place the arm in a certain way. But what I did is I built out this removable part first, because to try to chop this off and then do that would have been crazy. Yeah, you know what it is this, when you clench your arm like this, you know, this bicep actually fills up more, but with this bicep down, it's kind of down. So I think it worked pretty well. I did chop it up a lot. I did chop up a lot of this area here, so, but all in all, that it worked out pretty well. And if you put your left leg up, your hand goes to right about there. So I just wanted a simple pose, you know, nothing too crazy. So I think it worked out pretty well. It's not something I'm like super focused on, and it's not something I kind of want to put like so many hours into. It's just something that just messing around with it, experimenting, trying some different things, practicing doing this type of stuff on the chest, or you know, if I want to do it to like booty shorts or something, or tight stuff around an arm. And then I also wanted to experiment more with Meta John printing something up for me and seeing how I can get that stuff on an item. So, I do have the belt buckle is here, so I'm going to paint up the belt buckle silver and then that'll go like right on there like that. So yeah, I didn't go too crazy with it. I was gonna redo her booty, but then I decided not to. I figured let me just leave it as is. Like I said, I'm not really going too nuts with this one. It's just one of these items I'm using as a filler, so I don't use a lot of Aves and waste it. It's very important to me that I have items on the side, because Aves is getting expensive, and it would suck if I sit there and these items go to waste. So I like to make sure I have stuff on the side. And anything that I have on the side like this is not something I put super crazy amount of time into, you know, or super detailed, because by the time I'm ready to use the Aves, it's almost like, you know, hardening up. So I don't want to just try to utilize all my materials. So if you guys are ever building up kits or painting or whatever you're doing, even if you're printing and then you know, you have Aves and you're working on something, you can shove the Aves into your hollow prints and you can make them solid. So, you know, you can still utilize it. Yeah, Iceman, pretty much everything's a business expense, because this whole studio's a business. All my materials, you know, all my supplies. I mean, it has to be a business expense. This stuff gets expensive, you know. It's not like you can sit there and just buy this stuff and not use it as a write-off, you know. You know, I have an LLC, you know, I have all that stuff going. Because if you don't, the IRS Mafia will come after you. No, it's funny. I talk to my friends all the time, and I say, I'm not a millionaire. I don't make a hell of a lot of money, but I make enough to pay the mortgage and put food on the table. And honestly, I'm not really working. I feel like I'm retired because I get to do this every day. And I'd rather live on chicken and rice and do this every day than going back working for the man. That's how I look at it. Yeah, my accountant's good. I really didn't go to school for all this stuff, but my accountant, she's really nice. She kind of helped me set all this up. She told me what to, you know, what to do, how to do this stuff. So I have a really good accountant, so I really like her. It's not hard. You know, this is the type of stuff you should learn in like high school. You know, how to set up a little LLC, a business, how to use tax write-offs. You know, why the hell do you need to go to college for that? Yeah, chicken and rice, working on statues all day long. I mean, you know, can't ask for anything better. But what a lot of people don't realize, I'll tell you guys, is I work every day. You know, there's no weekends off. There is Sundays, but Sundays is email day, editing videos, cleaning the house type stuff. Once in a while I'll take a Saturday to do a personal item, but every day, all day long is work. So, but it doesn't feel like work, you know what I'm saying? What's the old saying? They say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Wait, what did I just read there from you, Matt? Oh wow, that's crazy. That's what they should teach in school for you guys, for people to learn how to take something they love and turn it into a business. You know, carpentry, painting, all kinds of, you know, stuff. You can, if you work at it, you market yourself, give people what they want. Actually, a buddy of mine I went to college with, I talked to him on Sunday. He just told me that the newspaper company he works for, he's been with forever, he knew that they were going to go out of business or start firing people. So finally, they gave him the notice after, I think he said, I think he's been there 15 years? Maybe 18 now. I forget. They said he's on the chopping block, so next year he doesn't have a job. Told him I'm surprised he lasted this long, because when I got let go in 2012, no, 2011 when I got let go, was it 2012? I forget, when I bought the house. Graphic design and newspapers and advertising companies were gone. So that's why I learned a trade. If you guys got any kids, tell them to learn a trade. Become a plumber, electrician, carpenter. The demand is insane for those people. Hell, I go to the pizzeria sometimes when a guy asks me if I want a job because he can't find anybody. It's kind of weird. Oh, Jacob, I started back in 2003, I think, or 2006. What happened was I bought the Captain Marvel bust from Bowen Designs. When somebody told me on statue form, just said, hey, why don't you just buy another bust and repaint it? So I started doing repaints for myself, and then people saw what I was doing and they started asking me for commissions. So I started, I pretty much fund my comic book hobby then, where I was doing commissions for people and I was using that money to buy my comic books all the time. And then when I stopped comic books, I used that money to buy statues. So I've been doing this for at least since 2006. But it was a lot of Bowen stuff. But I like to say I came a long way since then. Now for a business, 2014 or 2013 is when I started the LLC. Because it got to the point where I was getting so much commission work, and I saw my accountant. She's like, well, why don't you just start an LLC and then go from there. And that's what I did. And then when I get old and gray and I can't hold a statue anymore, I'll go and get a job at Walmart. Well, I'm gray now, but when I can't, you know what I mean. Get old to the point where I can't even see or hold a statue. But it was funny. I bought the house, and then I got let go from the job, and I thought the world was over. And I didn't know what to do, so I was selling all my collectibles to keep me afloat. And then before you knew it, I started getting more and more commissions. And then it was kind of a blessing I got the house and I built the studio, because I wouldn't have been able to do this stuff in an apartment. So sometimes when you think it's the end of the world, it's not. Grandmother always said, when one door closes, another one opens. Of course, everybody was telling me, oh, you're crazy, you'll never make enough money, you need a job, blah, blah, blah. But I said, screw it. I said, you only live once, right? I'd rather have tried and failed and then hit 65 and say, at least I tried, you know? At least I tried back in the day. Well, yeah, I started putting more time into the YouTube channel. Raccoon, I don't know. Well, alright, so when I graduated from college, right, and then I went back to my parents to live there for a few years to pay off my loans. So when I got an apartment with my brother, every day after work I would kick off my shoes at 5 o'clock and I would sit down and sculpt and paint. And I would sculpt from, I would get home about 5:30. So from 6 o'clock to about 11 o'clock at night, every night I would do statues, non-stop. And then Saturday, I would go to my parents' garage and I would sand and chop and prime my items. And then when I moved down South Jersey, I got an apartment, same thing. And then when I got the house, same thing. So I put a lot of time into it, a lot of effort. A lot of mistakes, a lot of fails. You just got to keep at it, you know. You just got to keep going. You can't give up. You know, the YouTube channel took time to grow. Also, you got to have a good work ethic. If you do stuff for people and they don't like it, you got to kind of make them happy. Just got to keep doing it, you know. I had an old high school friend that told me I was a hermit and I just lived in the house every day after work. I wouldn't go out with him after I graduated from art school. But I told him, I said, you know, I want to do this stuff instead. So it's kind of a little backstory on how I got into all this. Nah, Raccoon, never be worried about failing or whatever. Just try. I was scared too in the beginning, you know. I didn't think I would make it, but every time a family member said you're crazy or it's never gonna work, or somebody said my item was shit or I don't know how to paint, Just try to get better, that's all. I'd rather someone say your item is crap because this looks like bad and that looks like bad and work on it than a family member say, oh, it looks amazing, it's great. You know, I'd rather get the criticism. That's why I send my items to my friend all the time and I tell him what's up and he'll tell me exactly what's wrong. And then I'll work on it. Family members are great, but when you ask them their opinions, they're not going to be honest with you. They're going to tell you it's the most amazing thing in the world and you're so talented and blah blah blah. So just do it, Raccoon. Just go for it. Who cares? You only live once. There's plenty of times I would sculpt an item when I first started doing hair and it would be complete shit and I would just rip it all up, I would waste all that Aves, and then I would try it again. So just screw it. And anyone says anything's crap, ask them why and get better. Not everything's going to be a home run, but not everything is going to be horrible. To this day, there's still times I do customs and I'm like, ah, that one didn't come out as good as I hoped, or it's not my best work, or whatever. But just gotta keep at it. I got faith in you. If I could do it, you can do it, trust me. I think it was, I don't know if you guys know that site, Sideshow Freaks. It was a forum, like statue forum. I was on there a few times, and back in the day, and there was a couple guys that completely hated everything I did, and they kind of ripped me apart on a thread one time. And I just kind of sat there, I read what they said, and then I just worked on that stuff. So I pretty much said, I was just looking at what they said, what they didn't like, or blah blah blah, and just worked on it. Alright, I think that hair looks pretty decent. I'll do the other side another day. But I like that. It's looking full. No, well, one guy was just saying my work was shit, blah, blah, blah. Another guy was saying he didn't like the way I painted this, and he didn't like the way I did that, and it was, so I just kind of read it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and work on that, you know? But it was a long time ago, right? Like when I was really into like the bow and stuff. Yeah, a lot of the forums are kind of dead. Everything's on social media now. But I think it's still up. I haven't gone there in a long time. I used to hunt just for like cheap statues at the place, but alright, so I got some Aves. I'm gonna go back to Psylocke. So, but before this Aves goes to crap, did wake up this morning and I did work on my Power Girl cape bit. So right now it's kind of drying. I want to make sure it doesn't cure. Yep, we're still loose. But so since I got some Aves, hey Rukin, the gap in what chest? The gap in Donna Troy chest? Yeah, I bought this Aves months back, and I had it in a refrigerator, but I think Aves still has a shelf life maybe, so it does kind of dry up a little bit, cure up a little bit faster. But still good that I have this item here, so I've been making sure that this is durable. I'll pull out the chest. Hold on. Let me wash my hands. Ow. Yeah, Power Girl's coming along pretty good. I'll have a better video up down the line on it. But her chest is something a little different. So this is head on with the chest. So what I did is I reworked her chest from the Wonder Woman, but what I did is her outfit is actually tight. So if you look at it from the side, you'll see that what I did is I went in like a V to make it look like this is stretched on her chest. So if you look on the side here, I put a metal rod there so it's tight around there, so it looks like it's pushing her in a little bit more. So it's just something new I wanted to try. I didn't want to do the old just put it over it and it's perfectly round. I want to make it look like it's squeezing in. So it's an experiment. So if you look on the side, you could kind of see like there how it's kind of pushing in. So that's kind of what I wanted to do with this one. Yeah, so once I take this chunk down, once I do this side, so if you kind of block her hair, kind of looks pretty cool. So yeah, I think the chest looks fine. It's one of the first times doing it, so I just wanted to experiment, and I kind of like the way it came out. Yeah, I thought about doing the crease too, like you said, but I think what's gonna happen with this one is I put creases here, but there's gonna be so many stars on her. I think it would get lost. That's kind of why I didn't try to do too many creases on her. I think it would look a little bit like when I try to spritz the stars on her. I'm not sure how the paint would work. I'm still worried about this area in here when I do the star effects. But I don't know, I like the way it came out. I think it's kind of, I think once I paint it, you know, with skin tone, and I do a little shading here, I think it'll look better than what you're seeing now. Experimental item, but so far I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so I need to take out this chunk up here. I don't think I need to, no, this side, I think I might need to mess around, take this chunk out too. I think I need to take this out. Maybe not. Yeah. No, I don't think so. You don't really see it too much on this side. Yeah, I don't think I need to. So basically the idea was, here's the Harley Quinn. This is kind of why I did this with Donna Troy, is the experiment before I did this Harley Quinn. So let's take Donna, let's take her away for right now, and let's put up yeah. So basically what I wanted to do was do the same thing with the Harley Quinn. So I wanted to practice with this one and do this here. The only problem is I got a little bit of fixing to do in here. I kind of messed up. I didn't get the whole curve, you know. No, that's perfectly fine if you guys think something looks weird or looks strange. I'm always just trying things. I'm always thinking about the paint work on it, you know. But so far Harley's looking pretty good. I still got to clean all this up in here. This is kind of really messy still, but I did do a lot of sanding on here. Did a lot of sanding up around here. I got some putty work to do. But I like the way this came out. I had to do a little extra sanding in here. I did sort of grind out her head a bit today. So I gotta kind of fix that head area. But she's coming along pretty well so far. Tomorrow night I'm gonna do some more sculpt work. And I think I'm gonna work on Harley a bit. But what I might do is... if I mix it Aves in the morning, just kind of fix these two areas real quick. So far, I like the Harley. It's kind of a fun project. So you can see too with Donna Troy, I got that idea with the metal rod to do that here as well. So that back of her thing looks like that. I sand with everything. Sometimes I sand with the Dremel tool, sometimes I sand with hand, sometimes I wet sand. But whenever I get an item ready for paint work, it's always like wet sanding with some really fine sandpaper. You can't always use a tool because the tool will just grind your stuff out. So you can't always do a tool with your items. Wet sanding is just sandpaper with water, like over a sink or by a hose or something like that. I'll also show you the other item I'm working on. I think I showed this last time. So this is the, whatchamacallit, Vampirella. I'm doing Wonder Woman for someone. So got her outfit pretty much done. The hands, arms are done. So this hand goes here. Is there silly putty there? No. Gotta be careful with these fingers. I don't want to break these things. And this hand goes there. I got way more than you guys can see. There's a lot of stuff in here I'm not even showing you guys. Yeah, I got a lot of projects. But what I think I'm going to do with this one, this is a black canary hair. So I'm doing this for somebody. I'm going to probably put this hair on the back of her as a starter. You know, have like a flowing hair. Probably more a little bit on this side. I gotta take a picture for the client, see if he likes that idea. If he does, I'll go ahead and do it. I would have had this done, but I had that month of hell in November, so. But I tried something new with the armor, so I'm pretty happy with how the armor's come out. Yeah, so saran wrap on whatchamacallit, her. So before I did a little bit of Aves work with the hair, I'm going to try to clean it up now. The reason why there's saran wrap is because I don't want the piece to stick to the item when I was working on it. So that's kind of why I do saran wrap. So this way it stops from sticking. You can use baby powder, but the problem with baby powder is I try not to use it in the studio too much because it'll go all over the place. Alright, so what time is it? 6 o'clock. Alright, so let's see if this hair is set up enough, and then maybe... I think that might be it, but let me see. Let me get something to drink real quick. Psylocke hair, well, we started it yesterday. See, there's a little bit of a mess up there. I gotta maybe put some baby powder in there. I did this yesterday on stream. This section here. So I don't know, how long did we stream, guys? Like what, 2 hours maybe? Something like that, maybe. Something like that. I just did this section before. Figure while it hardens up a bit, be a little bit easier to work it. Well, I pretty much used this hair from another sculpt as a base. And then the way this hair was for originally kind of flowed over the back of her head and it covered her eye. So there's really no sculpt on this side of the head. So I had to kind of have the hair flow over it. And I like this face the best because the other two faces were eh. This one kind of had the sexier face. So I figure once I get this part of the hair flowing over, it might look pretty cool. I just like to try different things. What I think I might do is bring another curve to cover this area over here. What I'm going to do right now though is I'm going to go over into the garage. I'm going to throw baby powder here. And I want to put it on and off the head just to make sure it doesn't hit anything. I just threw some baby powder in there. And then what we'll do is I gotta do some major spring cleaning, get this dust everywhere. But the idea is to make sure that this comes on and off without like scraping anything. So that's why it's good to have like red A's on gray primer. You can see what you're hitting. And if you look in there, you can kind of see where it was scraping. So what I can do is sort of push this in more. Put this on. I'm not really hitting it anymore, so it's kind of a good way of finding out if your item's scraping or not. But like I said, baby powder is a pain in the ass because it's so goes everywhere. So let's see, it's 6 o'clock now. I think if I can fill in some eaves around there, we'll do that next time because this is still soft. What it is, it's hard to sculpt in here. So I think if I take another chunk over here and I kind of bring it this way and I kind of follow this curve up a little bit more, it'll come together a little bit better. Put our arm on here. Let's put this arm up there. Yay, spam! It's funny, YouTube says that they're going to work on the AI and they're going to try to get rid of spam. I'm like, you haven't done that yet. But they'll find a way to get around it. That's why what they do is they, what do they do? They change up the spam now so it's not the same message over and over. So you see her original pose compared to what I'm trying to do. So instead of having the metal sword there, I'm doing the clear one. Yeah, they make money off of it. Plus, they also probably hope people click their you know, their name to see what the channel's about. But yeah, I like this. This is looking good. Like I said, what I'm going to do is when this hand is done, I'm going to attach this permanently to her hand because it wobbles. I don't want it sitting on the hair. I want it up more. So I'll attach it permanently. It won't be a big deal because you'll be able to remove this no problem. So once I get this flow going over here, we got to work on the belt, and then once the belt's done, start painting up. Now the only problem with this resin, it's a little bit brittle, so it's not good for like turning it upside down. I have to start using a bath towel in the garage, so this way I gotta fix all this up. Kind of clean up some areas. But I'm pretty happy with the booty area. I'm glad I fixed all that up. I'm glad I fixed up the crotch area too. So I like it. And I like the way the chest came out too compared to the boob socks it had before. No, the sword's not printed. The sword was casted up in China, clear resin with a little bit of pink hue to it. So yeah, it's definitely a cast. So I think when she's yeah, I think I just need to fill in this section here a little bit. It's too much. Still looks like a ponytail at the moment. I want to get rid of that ponytail, so I want to kind of fix that up a little. So, hey Deadpool with the $9.99. I appreciate it, man. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And I'm glad I could give you tips on everything. Just kind of showing everybody and just kind of, you know, it's what it's all about. Just having fun and sharing with what I got going on. But, you know what? I think I might just fix that hair up now. Might as well. She's going to be a painted video series. So once we're done with her, I'll try to set up my camera and get a better look to it if I can when I paint it. I'm gonna try. Tomorrow when I work on Harley, if I mix up enough Aves and Aves gets a little bit tougher, then maybe what we'll do is we can get her sash set up, just a basic sash, and then after that I can detail it. The patrons I think already voted, and I think we're doing the blue outfit. I think that's the vote that the patrons did. So it's probably gonna be blue. But I'm thinking, I think more of a little bit of a purplish blue. But I want to try to paint different on this one. I'm not going to just do like a pearlized blue. So this areas on here look like leather, and then this looks like armor. So what I'm thinking of doing is setting this up with maybe a pearlized blue, but this do like a leather texture and a leather texture on the legs. I want to try something different. I'm not really sure yet, but I don't want it to be the same old setup I had before. I saw the factory paint-ups of this, and I think they did a good job on it. But with this one, I want to have a little bit more fun with it. I want it to be like a good one-of-a-kind. I still got to pull out all the other elements for the base too. The little stand, the rock, the little tree, all that stuff. So, but I got to make sure all that stuff sets up with her correctly, because I did set up her feet different on the base because it wasn't lined up. I got to clean the base up too. It's a mess. So I got some stuff to do to it still. So now that I know the sword's not coming down here, it's coming up here, I can fill in that area of the hair. I really do like this sculpt. I think they did a really great job on it. I just wish that it wasn't keyed the way it was. But we fixed it. Now whenever you have baby powder on there, before you put any A's on it, just kind of take some safety solvent and wipe it away. So like I said, it feels like a ponytail still, so I want to kind of see how we can do this. Yeah, kind of. Actually, I just mixed up a lot of A's. Maybe I can do the belt tonight. And I forgot to clean my brush out last night, the big one, and it cured on me. She have that? Like she has that little base, you know, she has this. There's a little bit of a tree back there behind her. You can't see it right now. She has a little bit of a rock, and then whatever that little lamppost is. So there's a tree back there. Is it like is that what you call like a bonsai tree thing, or is it something else? I don't know. If you go on We Are Collectors on Instagram, if you sift through his pictures, they're all on there. Yeah, there is a tree. I like I said, I didn't pull out all the elements yet because I wanted to do all this custom work first. I didn't want to have all these parts laying around. Yeah, it's probably a tree. I see what you're saying. It probably would. But I think I'm going to keep to what it is. I don't want to put too much more into this. The other problem too is finding a tree in scale that doesn't actually break. Actually, I gotta look at the tree and everything that came with this one. I hope it's not like fragile. I never even looked at it in the box. Have to add some extra strands later. Kind of try to build this up a little bit more. The butterfly over her face, like her head, with the telekinesis thing she has. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I had a funny feeling I was going to need to build this up more. Oh yeah, there might be. Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff on for the base. Like I haven't really even bothered to look at. So, yeah, it looks like there's a butterfly on the lamp. Now that you mention it, I never even really paid attention to the base. To tell you the truth, I was so focused on getting this and customizing it, I never even thought about the elements of the base yet. Yeah, I'm tweaking this area up a little bit more. I didn't like the way it was looking. So hard to get in this area. See how she looks up there. Yeah, that's looking better. That's looking a lot better. Although I'm hitting this area. No, it's not really a full-blown custom item I'm working on. This is kind of more of something I saw it, I liked it, I wanted to do a paint series for the patrons. So I snagged a copy of it. Like, I would love to do custom stuff on everything, I just don't have the time. Hey, more spam. Awesome. I don't know why you're spamming here, dude. You're not gonna get all the views you want. I think my mistake this year was I overloaded myself with a lot of projects. Personal side stuff. So that's why next year I'm not going to be buying as much until I get everything I have out the door. I literally think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 side items to kind of just do and sell off. Then I got a bunch of personal stuff, and then I got commissions, so gotta calm down with the side stuff for a bit. Save them for the streams and stuff like that. Sometimes you just can't pass up a deal. House can't handle all the boxes. Well, as of taking on new commissions, I don't know yet because there's a lot of people waiting in line, and then there's a lot of people who waiting in line who I'll never hear from again, so things will get shifted. But I still have a lot of commissions I didn't finish this year. But it's stuff for people I've known for a long time, so they're not gonna really give me a lot of crap. You're not burning me with this stuff. I'm just, I love doing this stuff. I just gotta make sure I don't overload myself with, side stuff. You know, because when somebody contacts you and they're like, oh, you want this statue for like $100 plus shipping, and it's like, oh my god, I can make so much with it, but I'll never get to the item. So I gotta kind of calm that down for a bit. And then also, I find statues that I want to make my personal customs, but I got like 4 statues that I want to make personal stuff. I don't know when the hell I'll ever get to them, though. But it's a good problem to have, at least. Could be worse. About that, Jacob, the other thing too is I don't always post all the repairs I do and small stuff. So while I'm working on stuff, I'm always banging out smaller items and repairs. You know, I have a couple local people that come over, I'll do a repair. I just don't post it all because I'll never get anything done. So a lot of stuff I do, I just don't post. Because it's the same like repair over and over, and I don't think people want to see the same thing over and over and over again. Plus it's easier for me just to get it done and out the door. Like, how many Spider-Man fingers can I make videos on, you know? Or repainting Batman's head, or repairing Batman's ears. You'd be surprised on how many people break Batman ears. Way more repairs than that. But then there's side projects, small stuff, like sometimes people ask me to repaint the head. I just try and do what I can. But I had to stop repairs there for a while too because they were taking up way too much time. There's only so much you can do with sculpting and painting. It takes a lot of time. Oh no, no. Well, you know what it is? It's always my dog hit the shelf. I was cleaning and I wasn't paying attention. The cleaning lady hit it. The cat knocked it over. The nephew came to the house and played with it. There's always a good story behind it. But the common one I think is cleaning. Where I'm paying attention, you know, you clean with a never clean with a Swifter, because that Swifter grabs pieces and you pull them. So that's what happens with a lot of the Batman heads. People use Swifters and they grab those ears, and then the head comes out of the item, and then bam. Always use a makeup brush. You know, like a really bushy thick makeup brush that's like really big. Because that'll dust off your items without damaging stuff. And you can get those at like CVS. Yeah, there's a couple times that there's poor engineering, so you do have breakages when you try to put the items together. Stuff is too tight and you crack stuff, so it happens. Yeah, it's well, at least Raccoon, you can repair yours. Yeah, you know what it is I don't mind repairing stuff because you know it is my business, but I always feel bad for people that break this stuff because, you know, you get your item, you love it, it's on your shelf, and then smash or you break it, and like most collectors, it just bothers you to have it broken. You know, it's there, it's broken, and you want it fixed, and I get that. Boy, do I get that. But sometimes there's stuff where you can't repair. Just can't do it. Anything chrome, once it breaks, it's a done deal. If it's a hollow item and it's smashed to bits. But what I usually tell people that contact me with like really severe damage stuff, like really severe, I always tell people go on eBay and see how much it is to buy a new one, because for me to sit there and repair a hollow statue, put it together like an eggshell, fill it in with resin, fix it all up, the amount of work and money involved and supplies, you might as well just go and buy another one. And I'm upfront and honest with people about that. You know, there's no sense in you dropping, you know, crazy amounts of money on a repair when you could just go on eBay and just buy another one, you know? I forgot, what was the item that somebody contacted me? It was a hollow item. It might have been an XM statue, I'm not sure. It was about 5 years ago, 4 years, but definitely before the lockdowns. And I told the guy, I was like, look man, the amount of effort to put that together again is insane. You're talking, I told him the statue isn't even worth the amount of repair that I would have to do. It's just not, you know, why are you going to spend all that money to repair it when literally on eBay it's only like $400 to get another one, you know? Plus shipping. So I told him, I was just go buy another one. It's just not worth the effort. Now, if it's a one of a kind, or it's a really rare item and you can't find them anymore, that's a different story. But it's just, you know, it's just not fair to them, and I'm not going to try to, you know, scam somebody or anything when you can just get another one. You know, it's funny, a lot of people tell me that the postal service by them is horrible and they always drop stuff. But I've never had that problem here. But FedEx, like with the around here, they kind of like drop kick this stuff. So I guess it's always like, you know, whoever you deal with, or if they're having a bad day or something. Alright, that looks a lot better now. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I like that better. It's not as like a ponytail, it's a little bit fuller. I still might want to fill in this section here next time a little bit more. Fill it a little bit more over here. Feels a little empty. I don't know, I'll have to see. It might be one of those things where I prime it up and then it'll let me know if I need to fix it. But that feels a little bit better looking back here, you know, wavy and stuff. So I do have some A's left. I think I'm going to try to roll this out and maybe start the belt. But let me put some baby powder on this because, as you see, I moved it and it's hitting this area. I might have to sand this down anyway, but we won't see it. Yeah, looks better filling that little part in. Definitely better. I like it. Alright, let's see. Do we have enough A's to wrap around this? I think we do. So the way I usually work it is I usually take A's and I wrap around an area and then I let it sit and then I sand it down, and then after that I can add the wrinkles to it. So this is kind of soft still. Let's see what I could do. Hold on. The idea would be to take this sash and go like that. So I think I can do this with this piece. Let's see if it works. So I put baby powder on it, and right now I'm just using safety solvent on it so it'll wrap around. So I like it up around the hip. And then it comes down over here. So the idea would be I would get a metal rod and we'll create a system for the sash to kind of flow out there and it'll be removable. But for right now what I want to do is sort of get the placement a little bit better. I feel like her sash is kind of a little higher on the hip than lower. Because, you know, more of a lower thing would be there. She usually has it higher on the hip. So what I also like to do is I sort of like to pull this off and this off. This is just like a starter. It's not really the detail. This just kind of gives me an idea of where I'm going to put it. And then this piece here. Yeah, because even in the artwork they have it higher on the hip. So we kind of want to follow that in a sense. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll kind of sand it down a bit. And then I will put more A's on it and I can work out the wrinkles. Now if I'm good enough and I pay attention, I can keep it from hitting there. So you can't really do this gapness. Yeah, there's a gap in there. You can't do that with like a final piece unless it connects on after, because you can't mold and cast because the mold will go into that area. But with a statue of one of a kind, you can get away with it. And what I'll do is I'll Dremel a hole in here, and then hopefully next time we can start planning out the... I'll show you how we make a sash. We'll do that on stream. Give you guys an idea on how I make how I go crazy with making sashes that don't break. Well, can break, but I try to make sure that they don't. Alright, that's a good start. I think that'll work. What I'll do is I'll kind of sand it down, get it smooth, even kind of grind down some of this area around there. and then we can start working on the sash. This way we don't hide the booty. It'll stay and look pretty good. Alright, so that's where I'm calling it for tonight. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Tomorrow we'll try to work on Harley Quinn a bit. We'll see how tomorrow goes. And then hopefully everyone will have a good weekend. But, alright, I'm out. I used the rest of my Aves on that base and calling it a night. So you guys have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.